Before we start this video, man, we got Christie sides, right? Post-game, they still pulled out the win versus Mercury today, but it got sloppy, man. It got ugly, not going to lie. There's got to be adjustments. You got to know lineups. You got to know certain things, how to slow down. Maybe you should have dropped in the zone. You should have tried something out, but you guys were getting torched one-on-one, right? So let's hear what Christie has to say. It's your boy CEO KANA, man. I appreciate all the new love, all the new subscribers, and welcome to the community. Let's go.
Right now, that's incredible, and that just shows like what we're capable of. For me right now, it's given up 36 points in 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's what we've got to figure out. I haven't been here when we've been up 31 points. And when you do that, you have to figure.
What did she say?
I haven't been here when we've been up 31 points.
So you pretty much admitting you don't know what to do when you have a lead. Yo, am I tripping? You're literally stating that you don't know what to do when you have a 30-point lead. So you don't know how to close out a game, Christie. That's what you're admitting to? Wow.
And when you do that, you have to figure out a way to hold that and just finish the game. And so that is where, as a coach, that's where I'm at. But it's incredible, to have players that can put up those many points and be able to rebound the basketball. But that's where I'm at.
And then just one more I feel like Caitlin and Aaliyah get so much of the buzz surrounding this team, but for Kelsey to consistently go out there and score like she does and play at such a high level, what do you just have to say about her effort and her production this year?
Kelsey is one of the most dynamic guards in this league, one of the best guards in this league. She is playing so efficient right now with the players that are around her.
Don't get me wrong. She had 28 points. She was a big part of this win. You need to teach her how to catch the ball. Okay? You need to teach her how to catch the ball. Defensively, she's not the strongest. I think you need to teach her. Number one is catching the ball. Just being 100% honest. Sorry about that, man. Let me turn my phone on silent. But yeah, she is great, though. She's very fast. She blows past defenders. But something irritated me today about Kelsey and Wheeler, especially Wheeler. I got to make a whole separate video on her. Wheeler's attitude is disgusting. And I said it in my earlier video, her attitude is disgusting.
She comes in she is a professional basketball player and does her job every day. Really proud of her consistency and what she's done for us. But yeah, just a dynamic guard that can get downhill, create, and then, finish at the rim, kick to shooters. Like, she just collapses the defense.
Matt and Chloe.
Yeah, Caitlin had another 13 assists tonight. It just seemed like she was making some really remarkable passes.
She would have had more if her teammates could catch the ball.
Step up or more dynamic passes, just improvement from that aspect of her game.
Yeah, I don't know if it's more dynamic or more. I think she just does what she does. I mean, she's got the ability to draw, several defenders, and she has got a crazy eye for her teammates and where they are and moving and able to make passes. That's
called being a very skillful basketball player, being a point guard, getting your team involved, reading the defense. That's what that is, Christie. Now, if her teammates could play at her speed 24/7, I feel like she'd be dominating.
Some people, in the first half, my gosh, she dropped 2 down to some post players. I don't know who could have made that pass. I mean, that's just what she's capable of.
Go Chloe, then we'll go in the back.
Yeah, you mentioned those 36 points in the last 12 minutes. Just what can you take from that to improve for Sunday?
Yeah, that's our defense. It started with us not handling their zone very well. They went zone, and we just kind of...
Them not handling the zone very well, or you not realizing they went in the zone and calling a timeout and figuring out how you're going to get past the zone? Putting the shooters in the game to knock down the shots so they can get out of the zone. How about that?
We didn't take wide-open shots. We were getting wide-open shots. We weren't finishing them. And then we weren't getting back and guarding. Like, we just couldn't get matched up with who we were supposed to. And then I told him at the end of the third, like, these guys can shoot the basketball. They have the ability to put the ball in the hole. They can get a lot of points. Kalia Copper's an unbelievable player. She made things happen for them.
Sure
so
did.
That's just us
Sure
being
did.
up
She could
31,
hoop, man.
able to finish out a game the way we should have, and that's just what we need to talk about and figure out.
Go in the back.
Hey, Coach, this is your last home game in over a month. I know you got your 2-game road trip to cap off before the break actually goes on, but what does it mean for you and for this program to have such passion rally behind this momentum that you're starting to gain?
Yeah, we're just constantly trying to get better. That's our goal as a young team.
And honestly, okay, I know we want to get on Christie's back a little bit, but let's be honest. The Fever, for what they're working with, they are improving. You can say that. They're improving, man. It's just, they're like the Clippers. Nah, that's a bad comparison. It's just, well, yeah, Clippers gave up a lot of games last year that they should have won. I just feel like they have blowout opportunities and they need to take advantage and they need to put their fucking foot down their throat and go, go, go. Downhill, downhill, downhill. And you have to be the enforcer. You're the coach. You have to install that in them. There's no way you give up a 30-point lead and almost lose like that with 3 of their starters out.
In this league, the goal is just to get better and to when you do things like what we just talked about with letting them score 36 points, like we've got to figure out how to not let that happen. I mean, we haven't been in this position where we were up 31, but you can't let that kind of lead go. Especially, they cut it to 6.
I hope you're talking with that same intensity to your team.
That's just unacceptable. So we have to figure out how that happened and not let that happen again.
Kelsey.
You said before the game you wanted to see what you saw in that fourth quarter on Wednesday in this game, and you started on such a fast jump. How satisfying was it to come out with a lot of energy?
Yeah, no, that's what I told them. These guys, I told them they were hungry in the fourth, and we had to continue that for these 4 quarters. And I think we really did that for 3. Up until the last 2 minutes of the 3, I think that's where we were. But yeah, that is the energy and focus that you have to have, and you have to sustain that for 40 minutes. Like, you can't have the drop-offs.
And you mentioned the break that's coming up. How big was this win, and then what kind of emphasis is on the last 2 games, wanting to end on a high note before the break?
Yeah, just, you want to make sure you win the games at home that you're supposed to win.
Especially in front of your crowd. You're not supposed to give out a 30-point lead like that, man. You're supposed to blow them out. Crowd's supposed to go wild. You know what I'm saying? Do it for the fans type of thing. Don't give up a lead like that, man.
We're fighting for, our goal is to make the playoffs. So, we took care of business tonight. Now we have to go on the road and try to close these 2 out. And then it's just going to be a great opportunity for some players that just need, not just a break physically, but mentally as well. So really looking forward to that, and then getting an opportunity to really get some good practices in during this break. But we're not on break yet. And that's what I keep telling them. We still have 2 games. It's a late night. We have an early day tomorrow. We head straight to Minnesota, and then back home and then to Dallas. So just got to make sure we're taking care of what we need to look at tonight to make sure we don't let it happen again.
Let's finish Dom, Chloe, then Matt.
Yeah, Coach, it just feels...
The good thing is that they pulled out the win, okay? They're going to have 2 tough games. I would like to see them win both games going into the break, feeling good. 3-0 going into the break. That would make me feel really good about this team.
Like Wednesday and today were polar opposites. First 3 quarters good, last one bad, and vice versa. Just kind of like Jekyll and Hyde, even with the questions, feels like what was good and then what was not so good. What do you, I guess, place more value on, and what contributed to both in this game, I guess?
I think our defense in the first 3 quarters up until the last 2 minutes, I think they went on an 8-0 run just into third. I think our defense, we were following the scouting report. We were doing the defensive schemes that we needed to do. I hate it for BG. I hope she's okay. But we did an excellent job. And then we just didn't do what we were doing for 3 quarters. And then, Washington, we didn't do what we were supposed to do for 3 quarters and then do it for 1 quarter. And we put ourselves in a position to win the game. So, that is just what we have in our locker room. What that looks like for the future, the ability. We've just got to clean up some things and learn from some things and not let those same things happen. We're the youngest experienced
That's true, man. They have a
team in the league, by far. We've got to not have those lapses, that are letting people get back within 6. That just can't happen.
I really hope you take this energy into that locker room and talk to your team directly like this, if you haven't already. This is what we need. We need even a little bit more aggression. And I really hope they respond well. I really do.
Matt.
Yeah, Christie Wallace didn't play at all tonight. Was there any kind of little injury, or was it just a coach's decision?
No, it was just how things were playing out and just what we felt.
Good. Hold your ground.
Yeah, Lexi may not have made a
Now Wally's next, or whatever.
shot
Wallace
tonight, but
or Wheeler's
seemed
next.
like in the first quarter, first half, she came out with a lot of energy, I guess. How responsible is she for having such a good first half?
Alexi, just like I said, whenever I have the opportunity to talk about her, she is going to give you deflection. She's going to guard the best player on the court. She's going to
She's
try
a
to
little menace, man.
take charges. She just does what we're asking her to do, and that, she's filling a role and she's doing a great job with it. I actually didn't even realize she didn't make a shot. I hadn't really looked at the stat sheet because I'm still, them coming within 6. So, but I think she took some good shots, and she has to continue to take those good shots. She's also does a great job of when she dribble penetrate, she's got to find open shooters, and when she gets to the rim, she's got to finish or draw fouls. But she's just active and aggressive.
Very active player. We're going to end it right here. Okay? Look, I'm going to give you my takeaway from this. Don't bash Christie. Yes, there's a lot going on as far as the lead situation. At the end of the day, guess what? All that matters. They got to win on the record. Okay? Yes, I agree there needs to be small changes. She needs to... The number one takeaway, actually, she admitted she's never been in this position. Up 30. Did she panic? I don't know. You have to find a way to close out games. You need to call the timeout. You need to take your point guard, Caitlin Clark, and you need to tell her, downhill, apply pressure, downhill. Start getting them frustrated. Get them out of this game. Get to the foul line, slow the game down, burn the clock. Foul. They need to foul Caitlin, and they need to foul the guards, driving to the ball. Find the opening for the bigs. Get AB and Nalissa Smith involved. Be physical, and close out this quarter. That's what you need to tell them. And if they don't respond, then that is on them. But you sitting up here telling me you've never been in this position, this is on you if you would have lost that damn game today. And that's what I have for you guys, man. So I appreciate you guys for rocking, man. It's your boy, ceokana. Tough one, but they pulled it out, okay? I appreciate you guys for rocking, and we out, bro.